Hey y'all, so I'm gonna do my first story time on TikTok, and we're gonna do how me and my roommate got into a fight, and it happened this morning, mind you. Okay, so for context, I'm from Oakland, California. I go to school in North Carolina. I go to NCAT, and the girl I stay with, my roommate, she go to a different school than me. We live off campus. We don't live on campus. So I lived here first, and I've already had problems with this girl just because I have a cat. I have a Sphinx cat, a hairless cat, and I guess she's scared of cats. I don't fucking know. My cat's not even 1 year old yet, but I was living here by myself at first, so I could keep a cat here. You feel me? But when she moved in, she had a problem with it, so she had told the landlord that I've been like keeping a cat here. But keep in mind, I didn't tell them I had a cat. Like I just would have it here because nobody else lived here with me, so management didn't even know. So she told management that I had a cat, and they was charging me every single day without me knowing for my cat being here because I didn't even know that she told them. So they was charging me like $60 a day for my cat to be here. So when I finally found out that she was telling them because my bill had reached like $600, they like, yeah, your roommate been telling us every single day that you've been having this cat here, so we've been charging your bill. So I had to pay $1,500 to ship my cat back to California. And it's like, mind you, I'm across the country by myself. Like, I literally go to school halfway across the country. Well, not even halfway, the whole way, like a whole way across the country. So why I can't have my pet here to keep me company? It's like my emotional support animal. So, but I didn't feel like being charged. They were trying to evict me if I didn't pay the $600. So I ended up just paying it and shipping my cat back home. So now he's back home with my family. So I already had a problem with her just from snitching on me. Because for one, you could have just came and talked to me about it. You feel me? And then for two, bitch, I lived here before you. Why is you coming in here trying to switch up what I got going on? And this is my house. You feel me? Like, that's hella weird. So, long story short, oh, I skipped the whole part, y'all. Before that, my cat's an inside cat. Like I said, he's a Sphinx cat. He's a hairless cat, so he don't really go outside. So, just one day, her fat ass was ordering DoorDash, and she was like, I'm gonna let your cat run out the door when the door opens. So I'm like, why would you do that? Like, mind you, my cat don't run outside. Like, he already know not to go outside. So I'm like, okay, open the door. Like, my cat good. Like, he not gonna run outside. You feel me? So she get her DoorDash and she's sitting there with the front door open for like 10 minutes. Like, she want my cat to run out hella bad. So I'm just sitting there watching. I'm sitting on the couch, my cat playing around. Like, we chilling. Like, he not even really worried about her, right? So she get to saying, I'm gonna kick your cat. Keep in mind, I do not play about my son. You feel me? Like, if you're an animal person or like you got an animal, you already know like animals is like our kids to us. Like, I'm not even a cat person, but I just love my son. So it's like, don't play with my son. So I told her, bitch, if you kick my cat, I'm about to whip your ass. And I got on her face. I did hella shit because at this time my cat's like 6 months old. He's still a baby. He's like this small. So it's like, why would you be threatening to kick my cat? And keep in mind, y'all, this girl's like 300, 400 pounds. Like, I'm not even over exaggerating. Like, she's a big girl. So I'm like, if you touch my cat, I'm about to whoop you. I'm about to clean you up. GOD. Like, and that's just going to be that. She ended up being smart and not doing it. And then she going to send me a long ass paragraph trying to apologize and this and that. She even bought my cat a cat bed. So after that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to be nice with her. I'm going to try to be civil with her because, you feel me? She tried to go out her, like, she went out of her way to, I guess, try to make amends. So boom, we already have problems after that. So keep in mind, she's dirty as fuck. So I went home for Christmas break. I went back to California and I came back home a month and like 10 days later, and the same trash was in the trash can and the same motherfucking dishes from when I left that were not mine, her dishes were in the sink. So y'all know how it be when trash and dishes be sitting down for hella long. It makes the house stink. So I told her, how are you living here and you don't smell that the house stinks? Like, that's embarrassing. Like, I'm very clean. I keep my space clean. Like, I'm not a dirty ass person. Like, I never been one. My mom used to get on me and my sisters about that. Like, we're not living in filth, not going for it. You feel me? So she get hella mad talking about why would I take out the trash? I'm not bothered by it. This is that. Like, really hella disgusting. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm 22 years old. She's like 27. So it's like, I shouldn't have to tell a 27-year-old to clean up after herself. You feel me? Like, you should already, you should already want to do that, let alone just know to do that. You feel me? Like, that's just common knowledge for me, at least. I don't know about for y'all, but that's common knowledge, right? Right. Okay. So I texted her yesterday. I was not at home. I was out to eat. And I told her, like, You need to start cleaning up after yourself. Like, she cooks on the stove and then she leaves all the shit on the stove. So the stove would be sticky, the stove would be filled with stains and stuff, and she don't clean it up. You feel me? She don't wash her dishes, so that shit just sit in the sink. She don't take out the trash. So I told her that, like, if we gonna live together, you have to start doing that. You feel me? Like, I'm not about to keep coaching you on how to do that. She's like, you're not my mom. I can do whatever I want. Bitch, I have to be your mom to tell you to clean up after yourself. Like, I shouldn't. I'm 5, 6 years younger than you. I shouldn't even have to tell you to do that. You should want to do that yourself. Like, so we getting into it, right? She called me an idiot. So I'm like, you fat ass bitch. So we going back and forth. She's like, oh bitch, your mama don't love you. This is not like we really going back and forth. So I'm like, okay, I'll be home in 45 minutes. Like, let's see if you keep the same energy when you at home. I mean, when I'm home. So I get home from dinner and this girl is nowhere to be found. She is not home. Scary, like I said. So I go on about my night, go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. I wake up at like 5, 6 a.m. because I went to sleep early. So I'm already up for the day. So I'm in the bathroom, getting ready. I did my hair, did my makeup for class. Like, I just got cute just because I just had hella time to get ready since I was already up. So I walk out my door to the common area and she is sitting there like waiting for me basically. So she's like, why did you turn my washer off? I'm trying to wash my clothes. And she gets in my face like this. So I'm like, don't be in my face, back up, and don't touch me. Because she's doing this with her hands all in my face, like getting hella hypey with me, you feel me? So I'm like, bitch, if you touch me, I'm about to whip you. Y'all, she swings. When I tell you I cleaned that girl up, I don't even know if I could cuss on here. I cleaned that girl up so bad she was bleeding, y'all. She has a busted nose, a busted lip. I did what I had to do. Point blank, period. Not everything is good to put your hands on me. And then it's like, I have not done nothing to this girl. This girl has been antagonizing me. She is jealous of the way I look. She's jealous of what I have. She's jealous of how people like me. Like, when people come and bring me flowers, she just gets so angry because I hang up our flowers in the little vases outside. Like, she's just so, like, she's just a hater. Like, she's really a hater. Like, if you see her and you see me, you could tell why she's a hater. So tell me why I cleaned up this girl so bad she gonna call the police. So I'm like, call him, bitch, you hit me first. So, you feel me? After you hit me, it's self-defense. Like, I'm not worried about nothing. Like, I done stomped around and did a lot. You feel me? Because it's like, at this point, you've been bothering me. You've been harassing me. And I just kept letting you slide. You feel me? Because I'm not about to keep doing that with nobody I live with. So she called the police. The police get here. And the police are on my side. Because keep in mind, we have a camera in our room. So, not in our room, like in our common area. So, I'm telling the police, tell her, let's check the cameras because she put her hands on me first and the camera's going to show that she put her hands on me. Why this girl start saying, oh, the camera's dead, the camera been not working for this amount of time, this and that. Okay, so for one, that already makes you look guilty because if I hit you first and I attacked you, you would automatically be ready to pull up the evidence, ready to get me arrested, you feel me? Keep in mind, I live in the South, so this is like a racist, like, you know, it's not really like the most like welcoming for black people. So it's like, don't call the police on me and you're not ready to be about that life. So basically the police were already on my side. Like, I explained to them that this girl has been harassing me and bothering me and like that she's really like mentally like not there all the way. Keep in mind, I didn't even tell y'all all the stuff that I've been through with this girl, like, because I don't want to share everything on TikTok, but this is just like, you feel me, the basis. Like, I didn't have my family from California fly out here. They've met her. Like, my whole family's like, yeah, she's like not right in the head. Like, you feel me, that girl's like on the spectrum or something. So she's over here bleeding and stuff. So it's like, it makes me look like the aggressor. It makes me look like the violent one because she got cleaned up. But in reality, just because you lost the fight, that don't mean that you're the victim. You know what I mean? Like, bitch, you started all of this with me. So the police tell me, like, hey, I got her all her information. Like, go to the courthouse and press charges on her because she's going to press charges on you when she leaves the hospital. The girl really left in an ambulance. So I left before she even left. The police let me go because I'm like, I got class. Like, but keep in mind, y'all, this is like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, I have to clean bitches up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, I can't even catch a break. So yeah, the police like go down to the courthouse and press charges on her because when she leaves the hospital, she's going right to press charges because she's just one of those people. You feel me? Keep in mind, y'all, I do not play with the law. Like, I don't call the police on people. I don't do stuff like that. But it's like, I had to do it now because I'm not gonna have you, like, keep in mind, y'all, I'm in school to be a nurse. So it's like, I can't have no record. I I can't have it that I assaulted somebody and they gonna try to evict me from my apartment. I'm not even from here. I got nowhere to stay. Like for part 2, because I'm about to run out of time.
Hey TikTok family. So I think I'm ready to give y'all a story time on what happened with my roommate and how it ended us not speaking no more. Okay, so this is a little backstory. So me and this girl, I'm gonna call her Chelsea. I'm gonna call her Chelsea. So Chelsea and I went to the same school together. We graduated together, and she came to the school late. So she came to the school in 12th grade year. I had been to this said school for 3 years already. I had got there in 10th grade. So I had been to that school. So I had like established friends or whatever. I had like a little friend group. So Chelsea pretty much came to the new school, and me and my friend group welcomed her with open arms, and she started hanging around us. And yeah, so you know, she became pretty cool or whatever. She was annoying, but she was cool. Okay, boom, fast forward, we graduate, and obviously, you know, when you graduate, you kind of fall off with people just naturally, you know, because people go their own ways and have their own lives or whatever. But this was when Snapchat was a thing, so me and Chelsea will always keep in touch through Snapchat. Like, you know, always know what's going on with each other through Snapchat. So Chelsea would always want to like come see me, and she was a very like hyper person. Me, if you know me, I'm a very chill, laid back person. So being pressed for someone is not really my forte. I'm just putting that out there. So she was always like very, very excited and eager to come see me. Like, what are you doing? Da, da, da. She would always invite me to her birthdays. I would never go, only because like I would just always be working or had something going on or something like that. Okay, boom. Fast forward to 2018 when I had got pregnant. I was pregnant, and she was actually the first person that I told. I told her I was pregnant, and obviously she was very, very excited. I invited her to my baby shower, but she was in the military, so she was actually, I think she had like training or something like that. I don't know, but she wasn't able to come to my baby shower. Okay, cool. Fast forward to 2020. Yeah, 2020. Me and Chelsea were talking, not every day. We were talking, and I don't know how it came out. I think she had came to my house one day, and I was living at my mom's house at the time. She came to my house, and we were talking, and me and my mom had a conversation after Chelsea left. And Chelsea my mom pretty much was like, you and Chelsea should move in together. Like, you know, she's always like so pressed to be around you. You know, you're ready to move out, but I don't think you're ready to live on your own yet. So you and Chelsea should, you know, be roommates. She was like, she has a good job, you have a good job, you know she gonna pay her bills. So she was like, I would approve, you know, you roommating with Chelsea. Y'all known each other for quite some time, so why not? Okay, boom. I proposed this to Chelsea. Chelsea is already looking for a place to stay. So I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect. So Chelsea's like, yeah, I'm with it. Boom. We find an apartment, we apply, we get approved. It's cool. At the time when I moved in, I had a boyfriend. and obviously my kids. I have twins, so obviously my twins. So we had a 2-bedroom and a den. The den was like a bedroom though, so it had a closet, it had a door, everything like that. So me and my daughters took 2 rooms, and Chelsea took the master bedroom. Cool. So yeah, so fast forward, we're moving in, everything's cool. I'm kind of just telling her she wants to go to the store together, and I'm like, we don't have to do that. I'm a very particular person. So what I want is what I want. I don't want to have to compromise anything that I want. So we both had separate bathrooms, right? So I'm like, I'm a proactive person, so I had already ordered I had already got bathroom decorations and stuff like that. I had already got that, so I put it up in my bathroom. She got her stuff situated, but she wants to go to the store to get household essentials like toilet paper, paper towel, just essentials for when you move, a trash can, microwave, stuff like that, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So boom, we go to the store together. We split everything that was for the house, like essentials. We split the bill. Cool. I told her I don't eat a lot of stuff, so what I bring in here is what I bring in here. What you bring in here is what you bring in here. I'm not gonna eat your stuff. My daughter's stuff, please don't eat it. And if you do want anything of mine or my daughter's, just ask me, right? Just let me know. Cool. She's like, okay, bet, same thing for you. If you want anything, just ask. Cool. I don't really eat other people's stuff anyway, so that wasn't a problem. Alright, bet. So hold on. So, alright. I don't know what they was doing. But fast forward, cool. My boyfriend, he had actually helped us move in. At the time when he helped us move in, she's like, oh, brother this, brother that, brother. She is team. My boyfriend at the time was the person who I was telling y'all about in my previous stories, Larry. So that's who my boyfriend was at the time, Larry. So she's like, Larry's the best, y'all are so cute. She is all for me and Larry's relationship. Okay, so we moved in the apartment in May. I'ma just say, y'all, by July I was moving out. Crazy. So days go on, everything's cool, no issues with bills or nothing like that. We're making sure we pay our bills. Everything is cool with the food. Everything's cool. The issue was, I had my boyfriend over my house that I pay bills at almost every day. Was he eating up her food? No, he was not. Was he parlaying in the living room? No, he was not. He was in my bedroom 95% of the time. And I told y'all, we had separate bathrooms, so he was obviously using my bathroom. Alright, this kept going on. And hold on real quick. Yeah, so I forgot where I left off. I think I said he was over at the house. He was in my room 95% of the time, using my bathroom. Majority of the time when he did come over, we ordered out, so no food was being used or nothing like that. So this is part 1 I'm gonna come back with a part two. Part two of why I would never get a roommate ever again. Okay, so we're still in May. May is going good. My boyfriend is still coming over. Um, she is interacting with him. She is, she's cool. Like, she was cool with everything. So, boom, June. That was her birthday month. She has a big party. Um, and invited a whole bunch of people. Cool, right? It was fine. She was overly drunk, and that's really besides the point. But okay, yeah. So she had the party. Cool. My boyfriend is still coming over frequently, spending the night, things like that. Cool. She's not saying anything. Later on in June, okay, in the apartments that we lived in, we lived on a bottom floor. I worked at night at this time. My boyfriend used to stay at my apartment. I already know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna be like, man, why the hell would you leave your boyfriend in the house for her? But I promise y'all, like, it wasn't a thought in my mind that he would go for somebody like her. Do with that what you want, okay? But, okay, so it was this particular night. I had to work at night. I think my daughters were there. Or they might have been with their grandmother. I can't really remember. I think they were with their grandmother, though. They wasn't there. No, they were there. Okay, they were there, but they were asleep. I had made sure they were asleep before I went to work. So cool. I get a call from my boyfriend, and he's like, somebody just tried to break in. So I'm like, what? He like, yeah, but I just went to, I had went outside to like check the area, to see what had happened. So she calls me. She's like, yeah, I saw the dude climb over the balcony trying to tuggle on the back door. So I'm like, okay, now at this point, I'm like panicking. I'm like, I need to leave work. So she's like, no, everything is cool. Like, Larry was here to basically scare the dude off. Cool. So I get home 7:30 in the morning. And everything was everything. She was shaking up. They was just telling me like everything that happened. 1 second. Okay. So I'm sorry, I was trying to listen, but so they were just telling me like, what had happened and everything like that. Cool. We moved past that. She's confiding me. This was a day that Larry was not there. So she's confiding in me. She's like, I'm just so glad that Larry was here, like, because I'm a female. Like, I didn't want to be here by myself when that had happened. So I'm like, yeah, I'm glad he was here too. I'm glad that, the dude didn't get in and nothing happened. So she's just like telling me that. Okay, cool. Time progresses. It's now probably like the end of June, like the end of June, the last week of June. Stuff is kind of getting I honestly don't know how things started taking a turn, honestly. So we had this conversation. She texts me. She will always text me and say, can we have a talk? So I'm like, okay. So she texts me and she's like, I understand, like, you know, you be wanting your boyfriend here, but sometimes I want to walk around the house naked. So that immediately, like, threw me off. It immediately threw me off because, like, you don't live here by yourself. Neither do I. I don't live here by myself either. But, like, girl, even if my boyfriend wasn't here, what makes you think that I want to see you around the house naked? Like, come on now. So cool. So I was like, so are you saying you don't want him over here every day? So she's like, yeah, I just don't feel like he should be over here every single day. I'm like, well, he's not over here every single day. But okay. Cool. So time progresses, and um I honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I did not pay what she said no relevance because I'm like, I pay bills here too. My name is on the list too. Like, if I want my boyfriend to come over, I'm gonna have my boyfriend come over, right? I'm not gonna not let him come over because you wanna fucking walk around the house naked. Like, no. It never gave it. So, but I'm just trying to like keep it like just keep it cordial in a way. Like I would tell him like, if I'm not here, you cannot be here, right? Because I was leaving him in the house with her. I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna chew me out for this, but I swear, it was not a. It was no, like, I did not think that they would be like, you know, and they, from what I know, they did not. So, hold on. So, boom. So time progresses. It's July now. I told you she's in the military, so I remember when it was something big happening in DC where literally all officers, all military personnel, like everybody had to be in DC. 1 second. Yeah, so everybody, DC police, military personnel, they all had to be outside. I can't remember what event happened, but everybody had to be like outside. So she had came home one day and was just real nasty to me. Like, I'm glad you didn't have him over here today. I'm getting tired of seeing him. Like, just real nasty. And I had to ask her, like, well, where is this coming from? Because first it was Team Larry and brother, and all this and all that. She's like, I mean, I honestly am just tired of seeing a man every day. So I'm like, I get that, but I don't say any of that when you're bringing different dudes in the house, right? You're bringing multiple different men in and out of the house, and I'm only bringing this one dude in the house, like, and he's staying in my room. So, so I was just irritated. Like, I was just real irritated. So, this had distanced us. Like, we was barely talking. I still had him over, so I was staying in my room. Like, it just wasn't good at this point. And a little backstory. We had furniture in the house. My mom had gave me a couch. She gave me a fireplace, and that's it. We just had a couch and a fireplace. Oh, and a TV. I think she had bought the TV or something like that. No. Yeah, I think she bought the TV. But so the furniture in the house, it was my furniture. But that's just like a little detail. It's about to end, so I'm gonna come back with part 3. So this is part 3 of why I will never get a roommate again. So I left off telling y'all that We were in July at this point, and it was pretty awkward between us. Like we were barely speaking. We were just paying bills together. She was staying in her room. I was staying in my room. It was just very like awkward. So, this one particular day, I had told her like, yeah, my boyfriend's coming over, my sister and her boyfriend's coming over. So she was just like, okay, like it was just like, okay. So I didn't feel like I had to ask her because my name is on this lease too. You let me know when you want company. I let you know when I'm having company. Like I didn't feel like it was a ask type of thing. This is my house too. So, um, so boom. So they came over. It was a chill type of vibe. Like we were just playing games, drinking, just chilling. Literally just chilling. She stayed in her room for whatever reason that was on her. Um, and everything was cool, right? Cool. Next day comes, everything is still awkward, but it's cool. It's copacetic. I think my boyfriend had came over, and she ain't say nothing, but she was walking around like with the attitude. So I'm like, okay, she'll be fine. Just stay in my room. Like she'll be fine. Okay. Then I think that next weekend, my boyfriend and my sister and my brother had came over again for that weekend. It was like a Friday or Saturday or something like that. So I let her know, and I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna chill. Da da da. Cool. So that night, she called me in her room and was like, yeah, if they keep coming over, I'm gonna have to call the police on them. So I'm like, call the police on them for what? What did they do? Like, they literally did nothing, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all they did nothing, we were literally chilling, like playing games, drinking, just chilling. She's like, because at this point it's trespassing. They're coming in here and I don't want them here. Okay, yeah, you're weird because how is it trespassing and my name is on the lease and I'm inviting them to my house? Like, you're weird. So I'm like, okay. So at that point, I just made everybody leave. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like this tonight. Everybody just go. I made my boyfriend leave too because I just did not feel like it. So, boom. She's like, so after everybody leaves, she's like, yeah, I don't mind people being here. Like, I don't mind people being here, but it's just the simple fact that you're always having company. Like, you always having company. It's always your boyfriend. It's always this. It's always that. I'm like, but that's my boyfriend, and you're not the only one who lives here. You have a roommate. 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so she was like, what she say? She was like, yeah, I understand, like, you want to have people over here, and I'm trying to be respectful because you pay bills here and you live here too, but it's like, damn, like, I don't get no me time. I don't get no this, no that. I don't get to walk around my house how I want to walk around my house. And I'm like, at this point, I had to talk to my mom because I'm like, I need to know, like, and what is what I'm doing wrong? Like, should I not be having my boyfriend over here? So my mom's like, I mean, you live there too. Like, you pay bills there too. So she was like, it's kind of a tough situation because she lives there. She deserves, what she wants, and you live there. You deserve what you want. So it was kind of a tough situation. So I had my boyfriend come over there less, just to keep the peace, like just to keep the peace between us. That still was not good enough. Like, I had him come over there less, and she was still not satisfied. She was still not satisfied. She still had an attitude. So then it got to a point where she is going around the house like huffing and puffing, slamming things, listening to gospel music extra, extra loud. Like, girl, I'm all for gospel music. I listen to gospel music, but she was doing it as if, like, we were demons or something, like, because she had started praying loud and, like, just all this type of stuff. So I'm like, okay. But if y'all watched my first story time, y'all understand why now I understand why she was praying and playing music, because my ex was really a demon. And she probably sensed that. Like, she probably sensed that, he was not wrapped too tight. But at that time, I'm in honeymoon stage of me and him. Like, that was our first year together. So it was nothing nobody could tell me to make me not be with him. So that was just me. So, okay. Boom. Fast forward. My sister is there, right? So she has said something. I can't remember what she has said, but she said something. And my sister had got involved. My sister's like, pause. I'm lying. She didn't say something. My sister messed up. And I take the blame for that. My sister ate her ice cream. But that was because before all of this, like before everything had got like awkward between everybody, she had told my sister, like, you can have anything in here that you want, because she used to adore my sister, right? So she would always tell her, like, you can have anything in here that you want. My sister is a petty person. So she, at this time, fast forwarding back to this time where everything is awkward and like we're kind of like being distant to each other, my sister had ate some of Chelsea's ice cream. Chelsea came to the room and was like, did you eat my ice cream? To my sister. So my sister's like, yeah, you told me I can have anything I wanted. So that sent Chelsea over the moon. Like, it sent Chelsea over the moon. So I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, I would not want nobody to touch my stuff. So I'm like, I'll get you some more ice cream. Like, I didn't know she had ate the ice cream. I'll get you more. She was like, no, the principle is she shouldn't have touched my stuff. But I'm like, you can't say that because you told her she could have anything she wanted in there. So I'm like, but nonetheless, I will get you some more ice cream, right? So, fast forward, me and my sister and my daughters, we were gone out of the house. Chelsea texted me and was like, I'm really starting to get irritated. I'm trying to be patient with you and everything, but something's gonna have to give. Okay, so I was getting, 1 second. So, me and my sister and my daughters, we were out of the house. Okay, and mind y'all, I told y'all that most of the furniture in the house I had brought. I also gave her a bed. She didn't have any bed, so I gave her one, right? It was actually just it wasn't a whole bed. It was just a mattress. She didn't have a mattress, so I gave her the mattress. She didn't have a bed either. The mattress was on the floor. I'm just saying. But she needed a mattress, so I let her have one of my old mattresses. It was still a brand new mattress though. It was just a king size mattress, and I had a queen. So that happened. It's about to end. So stay tuned for part 4. I'm probably not gonna post part 4 tonight. Y'all got three parts out of me today, so y'all will get part 4 tomorrow. Hey y'all, I know y'all been waiting. So this is part 4. I'm trying to hurry up and finish this story because I actually hate telling story times on here. I'm already not a good storyteller, so I hate telling stories on here. So this is part 4 on why I would never get a roommate again. So I left off telling y'all that me, my sister, and my two daughters, were out of the house, and she had texted me and was like, Chelsea had texted me and was like, yeah, I'm really starting to get irritated with this situation. Something's got to give, pretty much. So I was irritated. Like, I was just annoyed. I was annoyed by the whole situation. I was annoyed by her because at this point, I'm just telling y'all, like, significant things that happen, like, you know, within the time frame of us living together. But it was like a build up. Like, we started off good, and then little stuff started like to piss me off with us living together. I'm not a confrontational person at all, like at all. So I try to like just keep things smoothed over, and like, you know, just put things under the rug. So I wasn't really trying to do too much with the situation. But at this point, as she's getting frustrated, I'm getting frustrated. So yeah, so when she sent me that text message, I pretty much was like, okay, well, you're gonna have to give me my bed back, get another bed. And y'all gonna say I'm wrong as fuck. I know I'm wrong. I was dead wrong for that. I gave that girl a bed because she didn't have a bed. I should have never had took that bed back. I can say that I'm grown as hell now. I was young as hell back then. So I was young and immature. So I can definitely say that I played a part in this whole situation. There were things that I did that I shouldn't have done, and I can, you know, admit to that now. So I text the girl. I'm like, Chelsea, I'm like, yeah, you need to give me my bed back. Like, you got an issue with me having my nigga over there. Oh, me having my boyfriend over there. Sorry, y'all. Me having my boyfriend over there. Give me my bed back, and I'll move out. Give me my bed back. I didn't need that bed at all. I was just being petty. I was trying to hurt her the same way she was trying to hurt me, right? So, she's like, yeah, I'm not giving you this bed back. So I'm like, okay, cool. Say less, right? So, me, my sister, and my daughters end up going home. Chelsea was home. She was in her room. Door was closed. Door was locked. All that, okay? I get my kids ready for bed. They're asleep. Okay? So they're asleep. Me and my sister, it's just me and my sister. Next thing you know, me and my sister just talking about the situation. Like, basically talking about Chelsea in my room. Next thing you know, we hear a knock at the door. It is Chelsea's best friend. Chelsea's best friend comes. Okay, cool. They go to Chelsea's room. Then we hear another knock. Another one of Chelsea's friends come. They go in Chelsea's room. Okay, cool. Then we hear some more knocks. It's Chelsea's big sister. So I'm like, oh, are these bitches, like, are they trying to rap? Goes on, like, they trying to fight. It was like, what's tea? So, next thing you know, I don't even know how it got to this situation. I told y'all this happened so long ago. So, I'm trying to, like, remember every little detail. But we ended up in the living room. I had ended up going to the living room. Her sisters, she had 3 sisters. Well, she had like a fake sister or real sister. I don't know. But she had 3 sisters there. 2 of her friends. And like one of the sisters' boyfriend. So in total, that was what? Like 6 people. 6 people there for her. And it was just me and my sister. Mind you, my daughter's asleep. Oh, I'm sorry. My boyfriend had ended up coming. I had called my boyfriend because I told him I didn't feel comfortable. So I had ended up calling my boyfriend. So my boyfriend had came. Boom. So it's me, my sister, and my boyfriend. And her 6 people. So we're in the living room, and her sister her older sister was like trying to be mediator and was like, yeah, just trying to mediate the situation. Like, well, you can't just be having people in here because she stays here too, and like just pretty much talking at me like you don't need to be having your dude over here every day. Like just coming at me, saying all of this, saying all that. So, but they were getting hyped. Like they were getting very, 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 very hyped. So I'm like, I told y'all I'm not confrontational. My sister is very confrontational. She's younger than me. We're 5 years younger. So she's way younger than me. So she's like, she don't give a how old you are. She's ready to fight. So she like, and who's going to do something about it? So boom. Chelsea, mind you, she's in the military. So technically, girl, you can't even be fighting for real. Like, you're not even supposed to be fighting. So she is like not even really saying nothing to me. She's really like saying something to my sister. Like it's fighting words. Fighting words are going back and forth. So I'm not saying anything, y'all. I'm mute. Cause I don't know. Like confrontation, I shut down. So I'm mute. Like I'm not saying anything. The older sister is like, yeah, so you feel like, you know, you can have your dude over here every day, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. I'm like, yes, I do. Like, I do feel like that because I pay bills here too. And he's not bothering her. He's not bothering anybody. He's in my room, right? So I did say that. So my boyfriend at the time, he was a wild head. Like, he was a hothead. So, he was yapping. He was ready to argue with any female. Red flag. Don't be with no nigga that, I keep saying the N-word, I'm sorry. Don't be with no dude that keep arguing with a female. But at the time, I told y'all we were very new, so I'm not thinking of that. So he's like, yeah, da, da, da. So they coming at him. They like, and you hear talking to him, and you hear you don't even got no pocket pissing, like you mooshing off of her. Like they were just going in, y'all, just going in. So Destiny is quiet. She's sitting on the fireplace. I'm sitting on the couch, quiet. Me and Destiny are both quiet. At this point, it's just her sister's doing all the talking. Her sisters is just trying to mediate the situation. Like, yeah, y'all was friends. Like, y'all shouldn't be letting something like this ruin y'all and all this and that. Boo, 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 boo. All right, cool. I ended up feeling very, very comfortable because they started getting more hype. Like, it started to be like, yeah, so what y'all trying to do? Like, you saying you gonna get her mattress, what you gonna take it? Like, it was giving that. So I'm like, yeah, I did ask her to give me my mattress back because she wanted to be petty, so I can be petty too, right? So she like, oh, how you gonna get the mattress? So I was like, is that a real question? I gave her the mattress. Is that a real question? So I said, all right, don't worry about it. Mind y'all, I wasn't trying to fight. For one, my kids in that house. And for two, it's 6 people. And only me and my sister. Like, I wasn't trying to fight. I wasn't on that. So, cool. So I ended up waking my daughters up. It was so wrong. I ended up waking my daughters up because they was loud. They was getting rowdy. I ended up waking my daughters up, and I left there and went to my mom's house because I just was not feeling comfortable. I did not want to sleep in that house. I didn't want my kids in that house. So I just was not feeling comfortable. So I ended up leaving. My boyfriend ended up taking me to my mom's house, taking me and my sister to my mom's house. I'm gonna come back with a part 5. Okay, so this is part 5 on why I would never get a roommate again. So I basically, yeah, like I said in the last part, I had my boyfriend take me to my mom's house because I just was not feeling comfortable. So boom, I left. I'm talking to my mom. My mom is not a confrontational person at all. Like, she's more of a solutions type of person. So like, okay, so what are you gonna do next? What's the next plan? So she's like, at this point, you need to just move out. Like, after that lease, just move out. Like, it's not even worth all the drama. So she like, just pack your stuff up and just move. So boom. So I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So the next day, I booked the U-Haul. Mind y'all, I told y'all I had furniture and stuff there, right? And y'all gonna tell me I'm dead wrong for this? I don't care. It was years ago. I know I was wrong for some of it, but it is what it is now. So I booked the U-Haul. Me, my sister, and my boyfriend. We packed my house up. Everything that was mine, even the stuff I gave her, I took. Her bed, I took. The couch, I took. Everything, I took. Was it petty to take her bed? It was. She wasn't there, y'all. She wasn't there. She was not there. So we had ended up taking everything. I actually had ended up throwing that couch like at the dumpster because I didn't want it. Had stains and stuff on it. I didn't want it anymore. So I ended up throwing it at the dumpster, but I just know I wasn't leaving it in that house for her. Like I told y'all, I was very immature. At the time, I wasn't thinking. So I ended up moving all my stuff out, putting all my stuff in my mom's basement or whatever. And she had ended up texting my mom because I had blocked her. She had blocked me. We had blocked each other. So we was not communicating. So she had ended up texting my mom, y'all, basically threatening my mom. Like, yeah, and I know you told your daughter to do what she did. It's gonna be consequences. Like, she was just threatening us. So then the older sister, who I told y'all had came to the house to like mediate stuff, she texted my mom and she was popping her words like, yeah, what y'all like. Y'all didn't open the can of worms. You didn't took everything out the apartment. So my mom pretty much texted the older sister like, Courtney took everything out the apartment that was hers, that belonged to her. So that's what she did. Cool. So the girl's still popping it. I told y'all my mom is not a confrontational person, so she didn't even respond. So that's what it was. The next day I had went to the leasing office. I'm like, yeah, I was in an unsafe situation. And remember I told y'all earlier in the stories that somebody tried to break in. So that helped me get off the lease. I was like, I have kids, like, I just finagled and ended up getting off the lease. So she was just on the lease. She was responsible for the lease at this point because I was off. I was out of it. So that had happened, y'all. Probably like a week later, my boyfriend, it probably wasn't a week later. It might have been like a month later. We had decided like, we together every day. We might as well get a place together, right? Which we should have had done already, but it was still very new for us. Our relationship was still very new, but at the time we was already moving fast, so it probably really wouldn't even have mattered. So we was like, we might as well just move in together. Like, I don't want to be at my mom's house with twins. Like, let's just get a place together. So we were apartment searching, and he had a rental at this time. I don't know why he had a rental. I don't know where his real car was. I'm not sure. I can't remember. He might have gotten into an accident or something. I don't know. But he had a rental, and he came to pick me up at my mom's house. Y'all, he came inside. He left the rental running, but it was like a push start rental. So he had the keys, but the car was still running. So this don't really have nothing to do with the story, but we think Shorty has something to do with this, so that's why I'm just telling it. Because like a month later this happened, but this was probably my karma, our karma, for what we had did. So he had came inside to help me with my daughters, like put them in a car or whatever. So when we come out, y'all, the rental's gone. The shit's stolen. We ended up getting it back the next day, but it was stolen. So we like, it's too fresh. Like this B, she really she probably had somebody come do this. Like she probably been watching us. She ended up not doing it. It was some young boys who took it. But I'm just saying this to say, like, that was definitely karma. But that is a situation that was just unnecessary, just too much, just caused so much unnecessary chaos in my life. Like, but I will never, because of that, I would never get a roommate again. Like, the only people I could ever live with is my kids. That's it. I can barely live with my mom. So yeah, no, that actually showed me a lot. Looking back on the situation, it's probably things that I could have done differently. I already know. But you live and you learn. I'm way older, way more mature. I would never be put in that type of situation ever again, because I only want my own. So yeah, so that was the end of the story. It was a real short, to the point story. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. And all y'all that's commenting all this, I didn't really like her anyway, y'all just talking. Y'all just be saying anything, and y'all don't be knowing anything. Because I liked her. We were cool, or I would have never moved my kids in the house with her. She just was annoying. You know how some people you can just take in doses? That's just how she was. She was annoying. I didn't dislike her though, or I wouldn't have moved in with her. But that's it. That's the story time. Make sure you like and follow me.
Rules, you disrespecting my spot, so you really can leave. You can move out.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Do you know how it feels when I leave and I'm trusting you with my spot, and I look through my Ring camera and you in here having a party, and there's a no stay policy in your lease.
Okay, yeah.
And
I had people over. I just moved in,
yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And I had my parents, right? My grandma came.
Don't care.
All right,
Don't care.
all right. It was
Your parents
5 people
money?
in total. 5 people in
Five
total.
people
My
in the
family, and they helped me move in. They helped me clean up the
I don't
room.
care. You grown. You can't clean up your own room.
Who's
This ain't yours, baby. You got one room, one section. You can't clean that up on your own.
How am I supposed to move all my furniture in here by myself? What are you talking about?
I simply said no people, no stay.
I didn't have any people
Did you tell
stay.
me
They
your
helped me
family
move in.
Did you tell me that they were coming?
Excuse
Absolutely,
me. I
this
have
ain't
to
your
tell you
house.
that my family's coming to see me.
Help
me
the
move
fact
in.
that I have to tell you that you have to tell me is crazy. Now I see why you couldn't get approved to stay nowhere by yourself.
That
You
has
need to be
nothing
being
to do
grateful.
with it.
Story time on why I am traumatized to have roommates and I will never live with roommates ever again. Now, I was talking about this story on my live, but I was like, I'm just gonna make it a story time. Mind you, this happened years ago. So I had moved into a 2-bedroom house. It was a big house. It was spacey. It had a patio in the front. And the rules were, you mind your business, I mind my own. You can bring whoever you want over. I'll bring whoever I want over. Just, mind your business. The landlord was renting these 2 rooms in this house. So it was kind of like it was both our home, but we were just renting the rooms in that house. So I started to notice that he would get jealous anytime I would bring somebody over. He would pass by my hallway and bang on my wall anytime somebody was over. When I would barbecue in the front patio with somebody, he would go outside and awkwardly smoke a cigarette right next to us and dog me down and dog that person down. On week number 3, I already started feeling like he was trying to act like he was my man, and he was giving jealousy vibes, narcissistic vibes as well. One day he knocked on my room door and was like, I need to know the names of every person who will be coming into this house. So I was like, that's none of your business. Whoever I bring and we barbecue in the front, or whoever comes into my room, that's none of your business, as long as that person is not going into your room or passing by your hallway, which is all the way at the edge over there. Things started getting creepy when he put a security camera in the hallway facing to my room door. One day when I got home from work and I saw that camera pointing at my room door inside the hallway, I got very creeped out. Because now this guy is able to see what time I get home, when I get home, who I bring in my room, what time I come out of my room, what am I doing, like as in like my activity. It's kind of weird now, right? So I told him nicely to please remove that camera from the hallway. If he wanted to have a security camera, I told him to put it outside facing the patio so he could see who comes in and out from the outside, not from the inside facing my room door. He was basically like, no, I'm not going to remove it. I have to see what you're doing. I have to see who lives in my home. So I told him, this is not your house. You're just renting a room just like I am. Please, I kindly ask you, you have 3 days to remove that camera from the hallway facing my door. And he didn't respect it. So on day number 3, I removed that camera from the hallway. I cut the wires and I threw it in the trash outside in the big bin. When he got home from work, he was very aggravated and he was telling me, where's my camera? I know you got it. And I was like, yes, I did get your camera. You are not allowed to record me while I'm coming in and out of my room from the inside of the house. I don't mind you having a camera. I told you to put it outside. You didn't respect it. So now your camera's in the trash. Well, the next day he got revenge on me because I had barely bought a little kitty to keep me company because I was scared of him. He was already giving me creeper vibes, like stalker vibes. He decided to get a blade and cut open my screen window while I was at work so my cat can escape. When I got home from work, my cat was no longer in my room and that window screen was split opened. When I confronted him about it, like, where's my cat? Who gave you permission to do that to my window screen? I know it was you. He was like, well, you're the one that got my camera. At this point, he started acting like an enemy to me. As in, he would beat me to the restroom whenever he would see that I was trying to go to the restroom on purpose. He would, every morning when he would wake up to go to work and he was getting ready to go to work, he would slam all the cabinets in the kitchen, cups, plates, very loudly to the point where I would wake up. Mind you, he would go to work at 3, 4 in the morning. So at that time I was already awake because he was making such a big noise on purpose. And he was just doing a lot of evil things, as in like locking the door. Like literally I would go outside to get something from my car, and when I would try to go back inside, the door was already locked. He just did not like me. One day I got home from work and I also noticed that my doorknob was tampered with. And just like I guessed it, while I was at work, he had made a copy of my key. He got that doorknob, I don't know how he did it, but he got a copy of my room key. Because when I would get home from work, I would notice certain things were moved from my room. So now I'm like very creeped out. It got to a point where I was having nightmares that he was coming into my room while I was asleep and doing something to me. It was horrible. When I complained to the landlord about him, the landlord was like, I've been trying to kick him out for the longest. Every new roommate that goes into that house, he makes them feel so uncomfortable and he's very mean to them to the point where they move out. They can't take it. She was like, he acts like that's his house. And he threatens me that if I kick him out legally, that he will go to the city and tell the city that I built that home without a permit from the city because he knows that I don't have a permit for that house. So basically, I was like, I'm done. Like, I can't live with somebody like that. Every day was something new with this guy. One day, I forgot why we got into an altercation, and I was just telling him off. He was telling me off, and he pulled out a knife on me. Just like I was having my nightmares about him doing something to me in my sleep, like choking me and doing something with a knife, he was already gonna do that to me. I called the police on him, and that day I moved out from that place on the spot because I told myself it's either I stay here and he ends up doing something very bad to me, or I leave and I save myself from this evil, bad roommate. So just remember, guys, before you guys move out, make sure that you guys know who you're moving out with. And if you're going to have a roommate, come to some sort of agreement with them that they're not going to pass the line, because there's creeps out there that are evil and they just don't like people living with them, and they are willing to go to the extreme to harm somebody that lives with them. And especially if they don't know that person. Like, he didn't know me, so he was thought he was going to be able to do something very bad to me. So be careful before you find yourself a roommate and before you move out with somebody, because people are weird and you won't notice until you start living with them. You start seeing the way they really are.
Before you even have the slightest little thought about having a roommate, baby, watch this story time. So right out of high school, I knew, all right, I want my own apartment. So my friend hit me up like, hey, my roommate is moving out. Do you want to move in? We're having problems. I need your help. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this girl is bullying you. You don't deserve that. You're such a nice person. Blah, 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 blah. Let me move in. I'll come in. I'll help you if she tries to do anything to you. So it's like 2 days before I move in, and I go because the other girl is going to sign her name off the lease. And the girl I was rooming with, scary as hell. Like, she would talk so much stuff, would not back it up, would not fight, nothing. So I went over there to kind of protect her. And of course, she talked it up like the girl was just such a bad person and she was doing her dirty and trying to act like her mom and all this other stuff. When I later knew, girl, don't just listen to one side of the story. Now, I mean, this girl is making living together sound so fun. Like, oh, girl, you can come work at Amazon with me. I'm going to help you. I'll pick you up and take you home every day. We can work the same schedule. I got you. So I believed her. So I was working at Walmart at the time, and I'm like, I might as well, because it's better for us to be together and she can take me to and from work than her having to pick me up all the way from Walmart. Mind you, she offered. Did I put too much primer on? Y'all, if y'all know, I'm bringing back my makeup series, so yeah. So I quit my job at Walmart and we start working together. And she had this boyfriend, mind you, me and this boy used to be best friends in high school. And I just want to say, no parties of the story, please don't text me nothing. I'm not saying no names. Nobody will know it was you. Baby, this is the story that I live, so I'm going to tell it, period. It ain't no beef, it ain't no none of that. Thank you. The first day working together, cool, fine. Now, she had this boyfriend, and I've known this boy. Like, we were best friends in high school. So I didn't think it was going to be a problem. But they were such a toxic couple. Like, they were so toxic, it was ridiculous. So the first red flag that I seen was he would dirty the house and try to make us clean. You know how your parents get up on the weekends and play their music loud and start cleaning? Like, he would try to do that as if he was somebody's daddy. So the first red flag was, we were at work one day, and I guess he made her upset, and we were talking about going to get breakfast after work. We were talking about doing a whole bunch of stuff, and she was down with it until he made her mad. So I'm texting her like, we're going to get food after work, right? Like, we're doing all this stuff, and she's just not answering. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I text her mom, because me and her mom were really close. Like, she was the friend mom, if that makes sense. And I'm like, your daughter isn't texting me back. What's going on? Like, is she still going to pick me up? Okay, we're gonna call her boyfriend Light Skin. So she was like, well, Light Skin made her mad and she came home. And I texted her, I was like, so you went home? You didn't tell me? Like, I don't have a way home. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. And she was just like, oh yeah, I had to go get my mom. I'm texting your mom whole time. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Whatever. I got an attitude now. I take the bus home, and I'm livid. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what time the buses come. If the bus come, I've never taken the bus that route. And mind you, I know for a fact this is my fault. I shouldn't have moved in with her to begin with. I was upset because I'm like, bro, I don't know what time these buses come, and you're just leaving me here. Like, you're gonna do this to me. But I ride the bus faithfully, so I knew how to figure it out. So I get to 51st and Thunderbird, and we lived on 43rd. And the bus did not come. So I'm like, okay, now I have to walk I have to take this 40-minute walk, and for what? When you could have just took me home or came and picked me up. And at the time, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this. So maybe it's time for me to look for somewhere to stay, because this is actually ridiculous. Now, this was just a thought in my mind. I didn't have nowhere to go. So I was just like, okay, maybe I just need to stick it out till I'm able to move on my own. So I go home. Why do my eyebrows look so different? Like, they look like stepsisters. They don't even look like real sisters. Anyways, I'm learning. So I get home and everybody's acting stupid. So I just let it go. That was the first red flag. The second red flag was one day I woke up and boom, we have another roommate. I'm like, excuse me, nobody told me about this. My name is on the lease. I pay rent. Why? Why? But it's because she let her boyfriend literally run her life. Run her whole life. And so we have a new roommate, but he's actually cool. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It ain't gonna bother me. As long as he don't bother me, I don't care. Then I found out he did illegal stuff. So I'm like, oh no, baby, this ain't gonna work with me. I can't do it. So at that point, I was already looking for other apartments, and I was just like, no, like I can't do this, and I'm not gonna do this. I'm not that type of girl. I don't do nothing illegal, and I'm not going to jail for nobody. By the way, this Ruby Kisses foundation, chef's kiss, okay? Okay, so now it's at the point where I've been working at Amazon for about a week now, and we're back cool because I'm a people pleaser. I'm sorry. So we're at work, and then, no, I'm at work. She didn't work, or I guess she called off because her boyfriend liked to do stuff with her car. So she called off, and she was like, just texting me. Mind you, I did not eat there. I was barely even there because I just did not, I already, like, we're not even a month in, and I just hated being there. So she's texting me like, there's ants everywhere. You guys need to learn how to clean up more and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girl, I don't even eat the cereal. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? Like, she caught herself trying to cuss me out or whatever. And I was like, girl, you need to really calm down before I put my hands on you. And mind you, I'm not this person no more. Like, please, I don't want to hear nothing. But I was like, I will put my hands on you. Like, please stop playing with me. And she would like talk shit. Mind you, the walls is thin. Our rooms are right next to each other. Girl, I can hear you. I can hear you. And now it's to the point where, okay, we got a new roommate. He's living in the living room. Okay, cool. Now her mom lives here? Now look, I love this girl's mom, but baby, I did not ask for this. Like, I asked for nothing. I asked for nothing that is going on right now. Like, I didn't agree. We didn't agree on this. Nothing. I'm halfway out the door. Like, girl, I'm not about to do this with you. I'm not about to argue with you. No, you don't need to be scared of me. You don't need to be nothing, because I'm leaving. Like, I'm leaving. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not. So what really just drove me to even go look at apartments. Now, when I say her and her boyfriend argued, like, I mean argued toxic, almost put hands on each other type argument. And she's a white girl, by the way. Like, about to put hands on each other. And one day he asked her to take her somewhere, and she was like, no, I have a headache. Like, I don't want to go nowhere. So he made her get out of bed, took her phone, and was like, you have a headache, remember? No, you have a headache, remember? You don't need your phone, and blah, 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 blah. Like, you're about to take me where I want to go. And they ended up going. And, like, she just has such an attitude. Like, and after that, she would do sneaky stuff, like go to the park. And we did everything together. Like, everything she did, I did. She went to the park, and, like, she brought our other friends with her and was talking shit about me to them. I'm 100% sure. Like, I know this girl. I know she was talking stuff, like, and probably made it seem like I was just such a bad person. I was such a bad roommate, when in reality, I did nothing. Every night, her boyfriend unlocked my door to steal something of mine. And it's just like, girl, no. No, because I will really sit here and put my hands on you, and he's not going to help you. He's not going to help you. And so I talked to her. I'm like, look, I'm moving out. I'm not doing this with you. We're not. And there is so much stuff that I can say, like, to go on, but I'm not, because that's going to make it a longer story. But if y'all want a part 2, I would definitely make a part 2. Like, there's so many different story times I can say in this one story time. It's actually ridiculous. So I was like, okay, I'm moving out, whatever. So she was like, okay. So they move in this other white girl who is his best friend's ex-girlfriend, but he don't like the girl. Like, the ex-boyfriend don't like the girl. And so they just start moving her in. And mind you, I'm not even moved out yet. So now I'm moving my stuff out. I done found somewhere to go. I actually got my own apartment so I can actually move my stuff out. So I'm packing my stuff and all I hear is, and both of those bitches like yelled it. So me and my friend was like, who? Opened the door and was like, who? Cause you done said that word loud, but ain't say nothing else loud. You thought we wasn't gonna come say? You thought I wasn't gonna say nothing to you? Like what? And she was like, oh, I wasn't talking about you guys. Like, oh, okay. So they left, and I finished taking my stuff out. Like, I took everything, like everything. Like, girl, I'm not about to do this with you. I'm really not. You got me fucked up, and you think like, nope. And even after that, like whole time, her mom is updating me. Oh, she got a new car. Oh, she lives in this apartment now. Oh, she does this. Oh, she does this. I'm like, lady, look, you got to stop that, because if I really wanted to do something to your daughter, you're giving me all of her information. I don't need that. But it's like, she was so rude to her mom. Like, her mom liked being around us because we made her feel good. Like, she was happy around us, and that's all that matters to me. But look, stop telling me your baby business, because if I were that person to go and find where she was living at and beat her ass, then what? Basically, what I'm saying is, take people for what they show you. Like, I've seen this girl acting weird. Like, she was weird since I knew her. Like, literally weird since I knew her. And I should have known, do not move in with this girl. But I was so eager to move out because I was in a toxic situation, and I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. I need to go. But do not just get up and go because you feel like it's convenient, baby. If all your T's ain't crossed and all your I's ain't dotted, don't go nowhere. Stay where you at. All right, y'all, here's the finished product. Drop some tips in the comments, because baby, I'm always willing to learn. Like, I'm always willing to learn. I hope y'all like this story time. This series is coming back as a story time series, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to tell y'all my business. But anyways, watch who you roommate with. Wait. But baby, watch who you roommate with. Baby, watch who you roommate with, because it could be the best thing ever for you, or it could be horrible. But always remember, I love y'all. I love y'all real bad. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Put a finger down if you were going to get your first apartment by yourself, but then your best friend says that you guys would save more money moving in together. So you move in with her and her daughter because you're the godparent of her daughter, and you guys have been friends since 7th grade. So you don't think anything of it, and you move in, and the first couple months are great. And then February comes around, and she tries to plan a Galentine's party, and she thinks that you're not going to help her, but you end up helping her anyway with the entirety of the party. And then after, she stops talking to you for like a week and then saying weird things about you on Instagram. So you reach out to see what's going on, and she said that you guys are on 2 different pages and you guys should keep some distance. So you do that, and then you guys try to rekindle and go out, but it's not the same. And then she gets a dog, and then she stops taking care of the dog and leaves the dog in the cage for 10 plus hours, and ends up giving the dog back. And then she tells you that your company is over there too much, you can't smoke in the house, and then doesn't tell you when her company is coming over, even though your name is on the lease. So then you guys stop being friends again. And then she tells her daughter to stop talking to you, and then she starts separating things like water, and then says that the pots for the house are hers, and she wants you to get your own pots. So you do that, but then she stops cleaning up her pots and starts leaving dishes in the kitchen. And then closer to the end of your 12-month lease, closer to her birthday, she says that she wants to rekindle again because you were the only friend that ever showed up for her birthday and actually got her gifts. So around the time when you guys lease is about to end, she tries to sit down and talk to you and like try to be friends again, but the damage is already done, so it doesn't happen. And then you guys move out in April, but then she hasn't paid since January. So you ask her if she's going to pay by the time you guys move out, and she says yes. And then she changes it to that she has a payment plan, and then you call the leasing office and there is no payment plan. So then you reach out, and she has an attitude and says that she's going to wait for it to go to collections to pay. So then you give it some time, so hopefully she changes her mind, but she doesn't. So then you reach out to the leasing office again and find out that you guys have about maybe $300 extra in damage fees. So then you reach out to her again, and she still says she's waiting for collections, and now she owes $2,700 in total because of the damage fees and the past 3 months that she didn't pay. So then it goes to collections and you reach out again, and she's still saying that she doesn't know when she's gonna pay, and she has things that she has to worry about. But then she's on Instagram, buying drinks and getting sections in the club and going to restaurants and catching flights. So you're confused. So you reach out again, and then she still has an attitude and says that you're not her mother, and she says that you're harassing her. But you tell her that if she would have paid, then you wouldn't have to reach out to her. So now it's July and she hasn't paid for a whole 6 months. She hasn't put a dime on there. So now you have to file a small claims court, and you have to pay money for a lawyer to get your name off the lease. And now you have to go through this whole process to get your name off the lease.
Look, this is a story about a crazy ass roommate that I had during flight attendant training for Spirit Airlines. Now, I'm very long-winded and I have tried to record this a couple more times, so this is my last time trying. Or I'm just gonna delete it and be done with it. Anyway, before I started flight attendant training, I was in a relationship with a guy that was extremely abusive, and he abused me physically and mentally. So getting the job with Spirit was important to me because not only was it going to open up more opportunities for money, more money than my last airline, I was also going to be able to get the fuck away from my abuser, basically. With that being said, when I started training for Spirit, I was extremely depressed. And because of that, I pretty much stayed to myself the entire training. When I met my roommate, we'll call her Miss Johnson, she was an older lady and she seemed really nice. She was a little bit nervous about how she was going to interact with the other girls because she was one of the older ladies in the class and she was worried about keeping up with the material. But she and I had like a pep talk with each other, and I told her if she needed anything, she could come to me, and she was really sweet. I was happy that she was my roommate. Now, as training starts to go on, we're in our first, our second week, our third week. She seems like she's integrating pretty well. She's keeping up with the material. She stays out all night, usually with the other girls, and I stay in the room basically to myself. I don't really interact with the other girls because, truthfully, I was going through my own shit. Now, one night she does come and says she makes a weird comment about the other girls, and she's like, I don't know, I feel like I like to study with the other girls because I'm trying to get the material a little bit better, but the other girls seem like a little catty and a little childish, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. This training just really isn't shaping up to be what I thought it was going to be. And I basically tell her, girl, don't worry about them. If you need any help, come to me. I know I could be a little bit quiet and reserved, but like I told you when I got here, I am going through some personal things, and that doesn't mean that I wouldn't help you if you needed anything. Anyway, it seemed like it was fine, and that was that. Now, as training goes on, I am noticing that because I'm not really making an effort to interact with my other classmates, we're not really like close. Not like the other girls. Like the other girls seem to be all hanging with each other, studying with each other, going out for drinks and stuff, but I pretty much just like wasn't making any friends, and they weren't exactly friendly to me either. As a matter of fact, as training started to go on and we're getting into midway through training, like a couple of the girls were a little bitchy. Like I could totally tell that there were a couple of girls in that classroom that did not like me at all. Honestly, to be very honest with you, I just chalked it up to jealousy. You know, I'm young, I'm pretty. I just thought maybe they just don't like me because them bitches are jealous. Anyway, I don't think nothing of it. I just do what I've been doing, stay to myself, and that's that. Now, one day when I come back from the training facility, I find Miss Johnson in the room, and she is crying. I mean, snot nose, balled up in the bed, crying. And I immediately am like, what the fuck? She basically tells me that her sister passed away, and she's like really going through a hard time, and she wants to leave training completely. Now, I'm doing my best to convince Miss Johnson to stay, and I tell her, like, look, if you need anything, please come to me. I'm really close with my sisters. Like, I'm crying with her. I'm consoling her. I'm holding her, and I'm telling her, look, I can't imagine how you feel, but please don't leave. You're almost done. You know, maybe speak to the supervisors about it, whatever, you know. Anyway, she comes to the conclusion that the best thing for her to do is to leave the hotel room and get her own hotel room because at this moment, she just really wants to be alone. I basically help her move her things into another hotel room in the same hotel, different floor. And I just tell her, like, Miss Johnson, if you need anything, please let me know. I just really don't like that you're alone. But if you think this is what you need to do, girl, do what you need to do. I didn't think twice about it. Now, the next day, I get to the training facility. I go to the bathroom and I find Miss Johnson in the bathroom crying again. And I tell Miss Johnson, oh my God, are you know, I'm thinking that it's because of her sister. So I go up to her, I hug her and hold her, and I'm like, look, what's wrong? Is it because of your sister? I know you're probably going through a hard time. Did you get a chance to speak to the supervisor? She tells me, yeah, I spoke to the supervisor. She's a little bit distant, but I mean, what the fuck else is to expect? You just lost someone. I don't expect her to be acting like her usual self. Anyway, I leave her alone in the restroom while she's kind of fixing herself up, and I'm headed into the restroom. I'm headed into the training room where our classroom is, and my supervisor stops me in my tracks and tells me, you need to get in my office right now. Y'all, when I tell y'all, my knees literally started to buckle. Like, it was crazy. I was so fucking scared. I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but like my trainer, we'll say his name is Mario. My trainer was really mean. Like, he was already such a mean person. So I'm like, oh my God, if this man is pulling me into the office, like, I don't even, want to know what he possibly has to say to me. So he pulls me into the office, sits me down, and he's with another person in the faculty. And he basically tells me, you need to tell me what's going on with you and your roommate right now. Excuse me? So I'm like, oh, no. If you see my roommate crying, what's going on is that her sister passed away and she's really upset. I didn't want to tell you guys, but she did have to, leave the room because she wanted to be alone. But, there's nothing going on with me and my roommate. Man, when I tell you, he shut me down so fast and was like, look, stop the lies, stop the bullshit. I already know. The whole classroom came together and told me what's been happening. They wrote me a letter, and if you don't tell me what's going on right now, you're going to lose your fucking job. Yo. When I tell you I started crying immediately, because to me, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? This has to be some sort of a motherfucking mistake. Anyway, I start crying immediately. I'm probably crying because of a lot of things, but it's just like I'm crying so hysterically that I can't really get words out. I'm like, I don't. Anyway, he says, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna call your roommate in here, and I'm gonna hear it from her. And I said, perfect, call her. She and I get along fine. I was just in the restroom consoling her about her sister. I'm telling you, this is all a misunderstanding. Now, when he calls my roommate into the classroom, I'm like, oh my God, Miss Johnson, they're saying that there's something going on between us. This lady looks me dead in my fucking eyes and tells me, girl, you know you and I don't get along. I don't know why you're sitting here trying to fake. My heart dropped. And I said, Miss, I didn't know we had an issue. What are you talking about? Girl, the professor goes on to tell me that the entire classroom says that I've been bullying, antagonizing, stealing her things. I honestly, it happened so long ago, I can't even remember, but they basically were saying I was making her life a living hell. She was crying constantly, complaining about me to my other classmates, and I had made it so impossible for her at that training facility that she had to leave and move out of the hotel room because the situation was at a level that she just couldn't handle. Anyway, as I'm crying and trying to explain to him, like I don't know what this is about, what's going on, he basically tells me, look, I don't have time for the drama. I'm ready to send both of y'all home. Now, the other lady that was in there is someone that I was acquainted with. She and I had personal conversations, and she liked me. So she told colleague Claude, I keep saying this man's name. So she tells Mario that, look, I don't really see this happening. I don't really see that characteristic in Daphne. Maybe we should just go about this a different way. So he basically says, look, you're going to move back into the room with Daphne, and y'all are going to dead all of this drama and all of this bullshit. And if you can't, then both of y'all will be sent home. Didn't even give me an opportunity to explain myself, nothing. So we're both dismissed, and I'm like, my blood is boiling, okay? She goes one direction, I go the other, but I'm looking at the clock because I cannot wait to get back to the hotel room, baby. I can't wait. Now, when I get back to the hotel room, I'm waiting for her to move in, and she never does. She doesn't come. The next day, the professor stops me and he tells me, do you know that your roommate decided to go home? And I'm like, I don't know why she would do that. And he goes, I'm going to find out what's going on. And if I figure out that it's you that caused her to go home, you better guarantee you won't be graduating. Y'all, I'm running out of time. Anyway, that becomes that. And they end up moving me into the room with another girl.
a nice little dark-skinned girl, and boy, does this shit blow up in my fucking face. Y'all might have to do part 2 because I'm running out of time. All right, y'all. So this is part 2 of a story time about a crazy ass roommate I had in flight attendant training for Spirit Airlines. So I'm now moved in with a little pretty dark skinned girl, and it's hella awkward at this point because first of all, I don't trust you. All of y'all put together and wrote a letter to my trainer telling him that I was bullying my roommate when this shit was a complete fucking lie. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I'm gonna pop off the conversation, but she pop it off first. Matter of fact, she goes, "Girl, what was going on with you and your roommate?" So I give her the whole story. I tell her how me and the lady were cool. I never had any issues with her. She's my mom's fucking age, and I've always had so much respect for her. The last time I spoke with her, she told me her sister died, the whole shit with the trainer. Like, I told her the whole thing. And she's just sitting back like, so I'm like, okay, what happened? Why did you guys write in saying that I was bullying her? And she's like, girl, that is not what we heard. Y'all, this fucking lady every day would get off of training, come into the room, sit, chat with me, cool it with me, have conversation with me, like regular, like cool, like friends. Then go downstairs and tell all those girls in the classroom that she could not stand me. Faithfully, every day, this lady would leave our room, go downstairs, cry, tell the ladies about how she could not stand me, how she wished that she could fight me, but she don't want to lose her job, how dirty I am, that I'm stealing her money, her makeup, her perfume. Then come back upstairs and tell me, oh, I don't know how I'm integrating well with the girls, and I just don't know what to do. I don't think training is working out. Some real psychopath shit. So I'm obviously sitting there with my fucking mouth wide the fuck open, like, what the fuck? Mind you, y'all, this lady would come to me telling me that she's not integrating well. I would tell her, look, you see me, I be off to myself. The girls barely talk to me. And she'd be like, I don't even know why. You're so cool. I don't know why they don't like you. You're like a daughter to me. A daughter! This lady was my mom's age, y'all. Like, y'all not understanding. This shit felt like I was in a fucking Twilight Zone. Till this day, I still cannot figure out why the fuck she did that to me. They told me about all different kinds of situations where this lady would pack up all her shit, put it in the car, make it seem like she was really ready to go, like she couldn't take it. I mean, a whole, like, drama going on downstairs. Meanwhile, I'm inside this fucking room holding it together, trying not to lose my fucking mind because I'm going through personal shit. I'm telling this lady about things that I'm going through in my personal life. She's consoling me and then going downstairs and fucking bashing me. There was a day, right? For those of you that are flight attendants, you can attest to this. You know the day when we on training, when you have all the mannequins and you got to play fight with them and they're teaching you all this security stuff? This girl told me that this lady was in the security training class punching the mannequin, telling them, this is what I'm going to do to Daphne. Yeah! I'm sitting here wondering why the fuck my classmates are not friends with me, why they're acting bitchy to me, why nobody wants to team up with me, why they're always saying little slick shit after I talk, just real catty stuff, and the whole time it was you. You were the fucking reason. I guess the thing goes on for so long that the people in class get tired of it, and they finally put her on the spot like, look, you said Daphne's so bad, you need to write in to Mario and let him know what's going on. They told her that if Daphne's so bad, go and get your own room and write him a letter saying that you refuse to room with her so that they can send her home because she's bullying you. So this lady came up with a fucking plot because she knew I would be wondering why she's abruptly moving out of the room to tell me that her fucking sister died, and then go back and tell the trainers when she arrived to the center early that morning that she had to move out the room because of me. Are y'all hearing this? This girl is explaining all of this shit to me, all this stuff that I didn't know, and I'm like emotional. I'm very emotional. I'm just crying and crying and crying because I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, look at all the shit that I'm going through to be here. Look at how an opportunity almost got ripped out of my hands by something that's completely out of my control. Like, I'm sitting here wondering why everybody beefed with me, and this the bitch that don't like me right here. The black girl even told me that, oh, she even told us that you said fuck us and that you don't want to be friends with us. That's what I told her when She told me that they were treating her bad. I said, well, fuck them. Who needs them? You're only here to get your wings. This bitch went back and said that I was talking shit about them. Y'all, this shit is so fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie, till this day, telling this story still gets my anxiety up because I don't have answers. Like, I never got closure. I never got to ask her why she did what she did. To me, I really don't understand why somebody would ever do that to someone. Needless to say, after that conversation, the hours-long conversation, the girl ended up apologizing to me, telling me that she was sorry and that she just hate that our time where we could have been getting to know each other in training was ruined because of the lady. Everyone had their moment and sat with me at breakfast and gave their apologies after they found out that what they thought was going on was not what was going on. But the shit was already too much at that point. I ended up working there for 2 years and I had a great time. I loved working at Spirit Airlines, but that shit still haunts me to this day. And I told this story partly because it's kind of crazy and entertaining now that I've moved on. I'm making way more money and working for a way better airline. But also because I know there's a lot of girls that just got their conditional job offers for airlines and are going to be moving in with a roommate. And I wanted y'all to hear this crazy ass story. Share this shit to your potential flight attendant friends. Anybody that's just gotten their job offer, tell them this story, please. Because for those of you worried about your roommates, you should be. Just make sure you know exactly who you're dealing with and just, I don't even know how to avoid a situation like this. Just be careful because people will really come after you because they're like insecure within themselves. I saw a comment that said that she probably did it because she was trying to garner friendships through sympathy by bashing me. And maybe that is why she did it, but that shit still fucks with me to this day. Anyway, that's it, y'all. That's the part 2. That's that crazy ass story. That's how it ends, honey. I never get closure. I never know why the fuck it happens. And yeah, I talked to my therapist about it for a long time before I was able to let it go and realize that the problem wasn't with me. Y'all be safe out there.